Hey folks, welcome back to Good Enough Customs. So today we're gonna get the pans actually welded in, you know, final fitment stuff done, get it all welded up, get it ready to go, and then maybe I can tackle the passenger floor pan and you know, fixing the replacement pans that I totally boogered up over there, since now I actually kind of have an idea about what's going on here. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy, and hope everybody learned something. We'll catch back up here in just a little bit. folks, so we're going to do a quick little update. So if you've been watching the time lapse, you've seen back and forth, fixing, bending, beating, tweaking, cutting, you know, all sorts of stuff. I'm quickly growing to dislike floors. Actually, I grew to dislike them a long time ago. Anyways, so here's where we are right now. So you can see that I had to section this piece out, you know, move him over so he actually grabbed a hold of this to make this one piece. So it ended up being about a 3/4 inch difference here. This guy's not quite level. I've got to figure out how to get something underneath there to pull this end, the left side of this little strip up a little bit. I got it kind of tweaked in there, but I got it leveled out pretty good up there. Back here, I still got to kick it over and up just a smidge. My gaps are kind of crappy. Somebody sent a message, I don't remember who it was, I apologize, but saying when you're doing these, just to lay the pan in and basically cut both the pan and the floor at the same time, it'll guarantee you a good gap. So a little food for thought there. I guess when I go to do Steve, I may follow that, although Steve's going to be damn near the entire floor's got to be replaced on Steve anyways. And I'm also replacing the inner rockers and one outer rocker and kick panels. So Steve's basically getting an entire brand new floor. But so hopefully I won't have to deal with all this with Steve, but I'm sure I will to an extent. But this is kind of where we're at now. You can see, really see where I let, you know, whenever I was welding this guy up, I got way too much heat in it. It got all jacked up. And I just beat the tar out of it until it kind of bent to my will. I had to make a couple little relief cuts in order to get this end to actually lay down. Got that laid down. Of course, I jumped the gun. Started plug welding back there when I shouldn't have, and now it's all pulled those loose because I was beating up here and changing all this. And yeah, so it's a learning experience for sure. So I guess I'm just going to keep, you know, not be too punny here, keep plugging away. So I got a plug, finished my plug welds back here. I had to drill some new ones because, again, whenever I was beating and just carrying on, and then also with the warp in the metal, it was putting a lot of stress on those little plugs that I put in, and so it started bouncing right in here. So I drilled some more holes. Now that it's kind of settled in up here, I drilled some more holes so I can get this guy plugged back up back here, and then I can work back there. But for right now, what I'm concentrating on is getting this front piece completed. You can see I got my plugs done up here, except for back up here. I still got to do back here underneath the old stop pedal, the brake pedal. And I still got to do my stitching up and along the top. I've got, you know, pretty big gaps. Let's see, pretty big gap right there. Pretty big one there. I could probably bridge that right there. It might be a little creative. This one, I think what I'm going to end up doing is, it was tighter down here, so I was able to get a couple tacks in. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just build off these tacks all the way up. It's going to be long and slow. You know, I should be able to tack here and then maybe bridge it and just, you know, pull it back all the way back to here. So if that's what I got to do, that's what I'll do. But for right now, I'm working on this guy, trying to get this little strip cleaned up. Once I get this little strip basically tacked in really good and pretty level, then I'll see, then I got to make a little patch for that, because this little part dipped down maybe a 1/4 inch. It dipped down, and then this panel, actually I cut this piece out of this panel, which now I wish I hadn't have, but I'll have to just make a little piece to go in right there. So, and I got a couple of little patches to make here and there. I'll probably have to do something up here in this top corner, and then I'll have to do something here as well, right down in here, to bridge that gap, because I can stick my finger in it. So that one's going to fall on me because I cut that piece out before, and you know, learning as I go. So anyways, that's just a quick update. I'm going to get back to it, and we'll catch up with y'all hopefully when I'm pretty close to being done with this driver's side. I'm hoping to get this driver's side, if not completely finished, pretty dang close to finish today. It's a Saturday, so hopefully I can get this side done-ish, so I can get started on the passenger side, because I got to repair all the really bad screw-ups I did on that side. So I got to go back and repair a bunch of crap over there. Not happy about that, but you know. Anyways, learning process. So anyhow, I'll catch back up with y'all later. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for this one. So we finally got the driver's side pan in. Now all that's left is to come in here, scuff it up, and I'm not sure of the process. I can't remember if you seam seal first and then go, or if you got to prime it and then seam seal it. I don't know. I'll look that up, and I'll address that when it comes time for it. So right now I'm not going to worry about seam sealing or priming or nothing. It's all sitting in my shop, so no real worry about it being exposed to the elements. So we've got, you know, the pans are in. So here are the pans. I've gone through and ground down all my welds. I was just welding underneath the truck and discovered that I forgot to weld that little heel plate that goes right in here. I may have got it on these couple, but I just need to double check and make sure that I'm actually welded the pan to that little heel plate. So I'll probably do that next time. I plan on getting started on these passenger pans first, but I'm gonna make myself a little note for that. I honestly, I can't remember. I'll have to climb up underneath there and really look at it. But I was actually welding in the seam on the toe board here, right up here on the underside, and I was under there spot welding it in. Actually, I recorded it. I think it was in this video. And I just had a freaking bead of slag bounce off, and yeah, it found my ear and rolled right down into my eardrum. So now my ear's hurting really bad. So I'm gonna call it a night, and that's probably gonna do it for this video anyways. You can kind of see that I've got everything welded up. I still got to go through and grind all these spots down. I went ahead and filled these holes, these very bottom ones I drilled. Didn't need them, but I went ahead and filled them up. That way it's got metal in it. And then went through and spot welded. I had to run, and these little bitty spots here, I had to run some sheet metal screws in because it was just wanting to hang out. And because this back panel, it is not flat. It's wavy as all get out. So I ended up having to come through and put a couple screws in just to hold it in place, keep everything nice and flush. And then I was able to get my plug welds all done. So that's all plug welded up. I did measure, or I say measure, I just kind of roughly cut these little pieces of metal out to fill, let's see if we can't get in there, to fill this gap that is just ugly as homemade sin. But I got a piece of metal in here that'll cover that, and then one to go on the bottom, and then one to go along this other side. And I just took and, you know, rough measured, cut them out with some tin snips, some shears, and just kind of got it ready to go. So I'll have to come in here and clean all these edges up and, you know, grind it down nice and smooth, and then I can do a final fit on these guys, and then just tack them in and take my time. And because these little guys won't take a lot of heat to warp up really bad, but it's not going to look factory right here. And again, it's a floor, who cares? So this is still going to be covered with some carpet and stuff, so it's not that big a deal right here. So I'm just going to fill these gaps in with this metal, try to clean it up and kind of give it a nice little, you know, it'll be more of a boxed off shape instead of the factory where it's nice and bowed out shape. And I'll do the same thing on that side over there. So anyways, you can see right here where I just beat the absolute tar out of this thing, trying to get that really bad. I mean, this thing bowed really bad right here, and it's still got a bit of the bow in it, like you can kind of tell. I don't know if it shows very well on video, but it's still got a decent little bow in it right here. But whatever, it's no big deal. So anyways, look forward to seeing y'all next week, and it'll be more floor pans. So anyhow, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. That helps a lot. And then if you didn't like the video, why are you still here? But seriously, leave me a comment if you didn't like the video. You know, give me some critique. I'm a big boy, I can take it. So anyhow, y'all guys have a good one, and just remember, it ain't got to be perfect, just good enough. Y'all take it easy.